Well, now is a useful time to add some dimensions, and for that, let's dimension the side of the house here. We use the dimension toolbar and pick linear dimension. Our prompt says find the first extension line origin, so we'll snap to the back corner of the house to the front of the house, and I'll then pull away from those 2 points, and you can see the dimension is moving into position. I'll line it up with the dimension that leads from the front boundary to the front of the house, which reads 40 feet 0 inches. This one reads 35.0, but notice it's in a different style. So just as text can be written in a different style, so too can dimension or dimensions. So I'll simply change my dimension style here to architectural, and now our dimension reads 35 feet 0 inches. It's not good practice to have a dimension such as this one which crosses lines. Try and avoid dimensions crossing lines. I should be able to move that one down here and move it away, and do the same with this one. Just make sure you have polar on when you're doing this, because if you miscue, you may change the value. All dimensions are taken directly from the model. So now we want to have a path running from the front boundary to the porch. So let's draw a line from the midpoint of the porch there. We could say perpendicular to that front boundary for some variation. Then we can use modify and offset, and we'll pick that line. Let's imagine the path is 4 foot wide, so we've got a distance at the moment of 40. Click through point, click it again. I'm right clicking, set the distance to 2, indicate the side, pick the other line there, and exit from there. To erase a line, just select it, right click and erase. At this point I'd be inclined to move the dimensions onto their own layer. That's this little tool here. There's only one layer in the drawing at the moment, so I'll click here and we'll call this one L-dim. All landscape information should be on layers that start with L-. So here's our dim layer, and what we can do is select all of the dimensions, 1, 2, 3 and 4. There, they're all selected, and come over here in the properties box and pick layer and move them to a dim layer. And now we can turn off that layer. Sorry, it wants me to keep the current layer 0 and then turn off the dimensions, and that should have been turned off. And I forgot to click the little light bulb, and those dimensions now disappear. So there's our path running to the porch. We might at this stage want to trim, so modify, trim. This is a cutting edge, as is this a cutting edge, and we want to take out that segment there.